Let's get to it. All right. Welcome to the Sartin&Sartin podcast. I'm Nick.
What's up? I'm Brandon. Here at the Sartin&Sartin podcast, we break down, discuss the latest news in sports, and relate that news to decisions we make in our everyday lives.
No matter how old you are, you can take this information that you're giving you and apply it to your everyday life.
Yes, sir. What's up, man? What you got for us today?
The finals just ended about a week ago.
Yeah.
Draymond Green, a power forward for the Warriors, has a podcast I was checking out.
Yeah.
And it's been big on Twitter and on ESPN. People have been talking about it because his play, he wasn't playing that good in the finals. And people were saying that
he was recording the podcast right after the games?
Right after, like 20 minutes after the games, recording it. And people were saying that he needs to stop the podcast because he wasn't playing that well. Mm-hmm. And my question to you is, which I already know, is that do you think your ambition can get in the way? Because I think sometimes people can't really understand your ambition. You think that can be too much sometimes for other people.
Yeah, so the Draymond Green situation really struck a nerve with me. And to me, it was really an example of the fact that a lot of people don't really like ambitious people. Mm-hmm. It rubs them the wrong way. And I think you see that in social situations, in professional situations, and in romantic situations. The point I really want to make and I really want to highlight is, and this is something that I recently had to come to terms with for myself, is like you have to know that that's par for the course. Yeah. Like the shady comments, the negative energy, the confusion about like why you do what you do is par for the course. Yes, and you just got to keep pushing forward. And if you allow it to distract you or even think about it for real. Like I tweeted the other day, or it was like a month ago actually, that most people don't want somebody who's ambitious. Most people want somebody who's successful. Yeah. Right? Like what I view as ambition, who embodies ambition to me, Kobe Bryant. Yeah. Kobe Bryant's waking up at 4 a.m. He's practicing before practice. He's gonna work harder than you at the actual practice. He's gonna practice after the practice. Mm-hmm. After the season's over, he's right back in the lab grinding. You know what I mean? Now imagine if you're Kobe Bryant's wife. Like, do you really love that? Yeah. I mean, once he's Kobe Bryant, you probably, okay, like I can see why you do this because you have accomplished so many great things. But before that accomplishment, was she really in love with that? Mm-hmm. Like, did she really like that? I see success as being in the NBA, right? Like, just because you're in the NBA doesn't mean that you're ambitious. Mm-hmm. You might have been born 6'9" and you can jump. Pretty good shot of making it to the league at that point.
I think that and you can't be the top of your whatever you're doing, of whatever your job you're doing, without having ambition. And you can be successful for sure, 6'9", 200 pounds, can jump, but you have to be ambitious to be the top, to be at the top. And I think what Draymond is doing, in the media world at least, he's at the top of it. And I think when you're at the top, that's when most of that when you're grinding to be at the top, but also when you're at the top, that's when most of that conflict and all that controversy comes from.
For sure, but one thing for sure.
And I know a person like you, you're ambitious, but you want to be successful, but you won't be at the top. You're not just trying to be ambitious and be successful. You want to be the top dog in all these situations. I think when you want that and that's your main goal, it's like all that hate and all that stuff just comes even more because, like I said again, it's you versus you and all these things. You're setting your own standard, you're creating your own boundaries, and nobody else can get in the way of that. So the only way they can do is really just try to attack you, and defamate your character, things like that. So crazy. Last summer, I was going to Morehouse, and I was, the standard I was trying to set for myself was very, not irrational, never in my terms, but it was different. I was actually on a phone call with my friends, talking to some family members, and They said some things. I was like, oh, they really don't believe what I'm saying. And I didn't understand that, it's my vision to see. Yeah. And it's crazy. I actually have the notes of, I kept down notes of everything somebody said. And I put that down. And it's not like a hateful, these are still my friends. It's not a hateful thing, but it's this is my motivation. I think a certain thing is too, when people hear your vision and they just kind of, disregard it, I feel like they're using your word like you're just talking, right? And I never want to be in this case where it's my word is just talk. I'm just speaking just to speak. I feel like my word is bond. What I'm saying is truthful. And I feel like if you're speaking and you really have ambition, every word you're saying is going to be truthful and something that really can make it happen, right? Yeah. So I have a list on my phone right now where it's okay, they said this, I check that off. They said that, I check that off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just for that motivation to keep on pushing me, because for me, it's just I actually kind of enjoy it though. I'm not gonna lie, because for me, at the age I'm at now, it's I really don't want any help. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to feel like, oh yeah, I thought I knew Nick was gonna be here. I want everything to be yep, I knew this, I knew that before anybody else could see that, because I feel like I don't know yet, but I feel like that just brings. I would hope that brings a different type of confidence, a different type of aura about you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when I get there and I'm working towards it now, it's little things that I do, and I'm I didn't tell anybody about it, I just did it. It's okay, I can feel that a little bit. It's just helped me gain a little bit, and I kind of enjoy it now. I kind of like that that persona, you could say. I kind of enjoy that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me say this though. I do think you're gonna, I'll put it like this. In my journey to getting where I wanted to go, I'm still not I haven't accomplished everything I want to accomplish, but the fact that I've started down the road you know, it was definitely, I feel like a lot of it I accomplished myself, but I definitely had some help.
Yeah.
And so well, the point I'm making is there's enough hate in the world for you to have people who support you and see it.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
There's enough hate, trust me.
There is.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I wouldn't isolate people who are trying to help me because there's going to be way more people who aren't. Yeah. And, you know, you're still going to have that motivation. But, you know, as you get older, you know, particularly as you like start accomplishing things you want to accomplish, like the main goal or one of the priorities in your life is like to find like peace and like just be comfortable and happy with yourself. Yeah. And through that, you know, it becomes easier. It becomes easier to, you know, take the hate and everything and like put it in a box.
I'll wrap it up. If you're ambitious and you're really chasing your goals, just remember that it's always you versus you, me versus me. You set your own standard. You know, anybody else's backlash or anything like that, just let that go. And also, this is your vision, not anybody else's to see. So don't hold against other people when they don't see your vision. Use that as motivation. But also remember that you set your own standard. Thank y'all for watching Sartin&Sartin podcast. I appreciate you.